short for Roadrunners. I mean, when you try and type out New Mexico Roadrunners, that's a long website. So so New Mexico Runners kicked off in 2018. And so being 2018, and let me kind of back up a little bit about my history. I think that will kind of set the stage for the runners. So I've been involved in I'm a sports entrepreneur. I've been doing that for quite a while. Started an pro arena football team, the Duke City Gladiators. Invested in multiple other sports teams, including a PDL team, local, the Albuquerque Soul, and just real involved with local sports. I mean, I worked for the local ESPN radio affiliate, hosted my own show as a promotions director. I've been on the board of directors for the New Mexico Games, which is New Mexico's largest sports festival. And also I just got recently appointed to executive director of the New Mexico Games. So thank you. So I've been doing sports for quite a while. And, in about towards the end of 2017, I was kind of like, okay, I walked away and stepped away from the professional arena football team. Kind of, we had a bunch of owners, and I said, okay, well, you know what? It's time for me to kind of do my own thing and create my vision and whatnot. And so then I was looking for opportunities, whether it was arena football, arena soccer, whatever it may be. And interestingly enough, there was a USA versus Mexico all-star game that took place in September of 2017 here in our area. And so what ended up happening was it was a pretty decent success. And I think it was really the first time our community saw what arena soccer was. And a lot of people were interested by it. A lot of people were not sure by it. So I looked at it as, okay, well, this is something new that I think the community will get behind. I mean, indoor soccer has been around forever. So, but in an actual arena like the Rio Rancho Event Center that we play at, I mean, that's a 9,000 seat arena, and so that's never been done before here in New Mexico. So I looked at it and I said, hey, you know what? I think this would be really cool because I played indoor soccer when I was little, and I loved indoor soccer. And I'm like, dude, that's so fun. I like it better than outdoor soccer. I love outdoor soccer, don't get me wrong. But I just said, hey, this is an opportunity to do something I really like to do, and something that I can put two and two together because I played it, have experience, and bring something super exciting to the area. And so from there, I just made the leap, invested into the league, bought the territory, and then back in 2018 announced, and then, well, 2020, here we are, 2 seasons later.
Yeah.
And the runners are here. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the runners, I personally really like you guys and watch all the things you guys do from a distance. Obviously I can't go to the game, but from a distance, I'll watch it. Have you guys, well, 2 questions. One, have you guys thought about like streaming your stuff?
So we stream our games on Facebook Live. Yeah, all our games are streamed online, Facebook Live. So we've done that for the past 2 years. We have an excellent production team and, multiple camera angles. I mean, it's really professionally done to the point where you're watching a really exciting show. And, I would say we have the best play-by-play commentator in the MASL, M2, you name it, in indoor soccer, arena soccer, Fred Slow. And I mean, he is such a guy, such a fun guy to listen to. And, he's very unbiased, right? He's unbiased in his calling, and he pays tribute and gives credit to where it's due, whether it's our opponent or not. And so I got to give a shout out to Fred Slow for calling our games. And, we'll have opponents coming in and you're following the Facebook feed and the comments and whatnot. And people are like, man, this commentator's hilarious. I love this. And that's what, I personally feel arena soccer is all about. It should be not just about the sport, but about entertainment. That's sports entertainment to the T. And I think that's what really brings everyone together is the sports entertainment aspect of what arena soccer is all about. So that's our focus. We're all about sports entertainment. We want our fans to leave the games. Even if we lose and we fall short, we want our fans to say, hey, that was so close. That was fun. We're coming back to the next home game. Can't wait. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely some energy to have, and definitely, the mentality to have. Now, speaking about your fans, how entangled are you guys to your community? I'm sure, like most teams, you guys are, but anything you want to highlight?
One thing that we do is our community is very important to us, and we are New Mexico's only 100% locally owned and operated, that's born and raised in the state of New Mexico, professional sports team. And so that is really special in the fact that, our family is very involved with our sports team, from my wife to my mom, my dad, so my sisters. We're family owned and operated. And so our philosophy is family, and ensuring the family unit sticks together, stays strong, and enjoys a product that is homegrown within the community. And so, we're doing everything we can to be a part of what our community needs, whether, it's the food bank needs help. And actually tomorrow we're going to be going down to our local food bank to help them distribute food and stuff like that. And so, we just we focus on getting out there and ensuring our fans know what we're all about. You obviously see our mascot, Rio the Roadrunner. I think he's, I like to call him the Mickey Mouse of New Mexico. That guy just, everybody's calling, hey, Rio, hey, come, can you give me a birthday shout out? Can you come do a birthday party drive by and say hi and all that fun stuff. So being a part of our community is important to the fabric to grow our community in the most positive way possible.
Oh, that's definitely awesome. Yeah. Now, with 2018-19 behind you, what are your guys' plans for this season, whether we have a season or not? What do you guys, one, what is your contingency, and two, if we do have a season, what are you guys looking forward to?
Well, I think everybody's trying to figure out what's going to happen, especially with the COVID situation. I think us and a lot of other teams, M1, M2, had to cut the season short this 2020. And so we obviously had 3 games to go. We had a home game and 2 away in Chihuahua. And unfortunately, our state is so restrictive right now. And I know every state's a little different right now. Some are opening up. Some are saying, okay, you can have fans, you can play some sports or have sporting events and whatnot. In our situation, in our state, we are completely locked down. And what I mean by that is no sporting event takes place. There are no fans. Any venues that are, big venues, they're completely shut down. So whether it's, our venue, our specific arena, they canceled all their concerts, their events. Everything's been canceled. And our governor's explicitly said, nothing's really going to open up until there's a vaccine that's widely distributed. So for us in our situation, we don't know what's going to happen, right? We're just trying to play it by ear as much as possible because of the fact that I don't know what's going to happen. There's really no plan because New Mexico is not a major sports state. So I don't think at the capital level, the government level, they don't know how to address the sports side of things right now. Whether it's Arizona, Texas, Colorado, those are major sports states. East Coast, whatever, Baltimore, you name it, they're sports states. And unfortunately, we don't have the ability to have the foresight of what's going to happen. Our colleges in the state canceled their fall seasons, their football seasons and whatnot. So youth sports are just opened up for ratio training, so 9-to-1 ratio and 9 players to 1 coach. So there's a lot of restrictions that are in place right now, and so for us, we don't know what's going to happen. We're just playing it by ear, and we're just trying to just stay positive on what we can do. Obviously, there is a possibility we don't kick off. I know the talk is starting in January of 2021. There's a possibility that that's not going to happen for us. With our restrictions, I could see that happening. What I've talked about and expressed my interest is, if there's a possibility of, doing a little summer condensed season for the M2, I think that would be a wonderful thing for M2 because maybe it's a 8 game, 4 home, 4 away. That would be great. That way we can make up for this missed season, so to speak. And that worst case scenario, obviously, everyone's kind of going to be bracing and getting ready for the December of 2021. So again, we don't know, right? We're playing it by ear in our state, especially. And so we're just waiting to see where everyone's at in the next month. And then that'll kind of dictate what happens for the next season.
I think a summer condensed season would be awesome. At least an awesome way to make up for losing this season. I don't know if M1 it would work for M1, but for M2 definitely.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I have cousins in New Mexico, in Albuquerque area.
Oh, nice.
I've been trying to push them over. I know one who's an outdoor fan. I don't know if the other three are, but I'm gonna try to sway them over to get a game there or something and say, hey, I can't make it there, so you guys got to go there.
Yeah.
You got to be my representative.
There you go.
And we've been talking. I haven't seen them since high school. So it's been a couple of years, 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen each other in so long that we want to take a trip and all get together and things. And my mom's gone out there a couple times, but.
So wait, real quick, how did your cousins end up out here?
So my uncle worked at the nuclear plant in Los Alamos.
Okay. Oh, Los Alamos. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So and he does some weird, super secret he did
hush kind of thing.
High level government. He would do environmental testing for bigger events, so to make sure there's no like weird radiation or chemicals or anything like that in the air. Or and so he'll show up here, and he funny story, by maybe 15 years ago, he calls my mom and goes, hey, you want to do lunch? I'm in town. She goes, what are you in town for? Because it's not that he goes to town, he comes in town just for fun. But there was a big Harley motorcycle festival here. I think that was the 100th. So that was like 2003, somewhere in there. And he was here for that, under that capacity. So the whole family ended up moving out there. They were originally from Illinois, and they moved out there, and they've been out there for 30 years now, or whatever it's been.
The land of entrapment is what I say. You come here, you're stuck here. No, you're stuck here. But the land of enchantment is what we're all about. So I mean, you can't beat the weather. I mean, I'm sure they talk about great weather and no natural disaster issues, and so definitely it is a primo place to live if you're looking for a place that has low cost of living and minimal weather issues.
Yeah. How do you guys being 100 degrees all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, speaking of like the people that are there in the communities and stuff like that, I know you guys have Somos Unidos, and they're the supporter groups for the New Mexico United. I believe that's what they're called. Did they come out to your guys' game? Because I know they were covering you guys for a few things.
Yeah. So we just recently created a partnership with Somos Unidos News. They're out there. They're going to be focused on a lot of what we're doing as well. With things with United and whatnot. And they've been very, very successful. And of course, our community is very familiar with outdoor soccer. I mean, our community is very familiar with what USL is and whatnot. And they are so for now that they've kind of reached a success that's been wonderful. People are starting to venture out and say, okay, what else is there that is soccer related? And now people are like, hey, well, you got the runners. Okay, what is this? And they look at it and they go, wow. Holy cow, between two teams scoring like 20 goals, holy crap, and then they get excited about what we are doing, because we do bring the best of both worlds, soccer and entertainment. And, I know one thing is that the family unit may not fully be soccer fans. I get that. Maybe, when your 10-year-old isn't a soccer fan and whatnot, he gets bored at games or whatever. But what we do is we're all about production. So, I mean, we do pop and circumstance. We have a live DJ playing music, sound bites. When one of our opponents, falls or trips or does something, our DJ will play a baby cry sound effect and our crowd goes wild, and that's what we do. we're all about that fan engagement and keeping fans coming out onto the field during timeouts or quarter breaks, halftime, keep playing games. We do one of our major sponsors, Gateway Financial. We every game we have a $100 money drop from the ceiling, where we drop $100 and $1 bills onto the field. And so fans come out, we'll bring a few fans out, and they all try and get $100, their change, chunk of $100. And so it's all fan engagement. And then after the games, of course, fans get to come onto the field and meet the players. And so, outdoor soccer is great. Don't get me wrong. I love outdoor soccer, but what I like to say is when you experience indoor soccer, arena soccer, you're hooked. It's an addiction, and it's like, man, I got to go see more. I want to see more scoring. When you see guys, like our goalkeeper, Casey Gasson, jumping around and making some awesome saves. And, you see Luis Fernando Martinez scoring some goals, Isaiah Madrid, all these guys that are local guys making big things happen, making big plays happen. It just inspires these young kids to, hey, reach for the stars. Like, hey, I can play for the Runners one day, and then I can work my way up into the rankings with soccer, period. One thing that is really unique with our team is our head coach, Steve Falmaletta, is actually a USL Soccer Hall of Famer. And so he's really the only USL Soccer Hall of Famer in New Mexico. And what's really special about our head coach, and he actually just had knee surgery, so he got new knees, and so he's getting back into shape and rehabbing and all that good stuff. But he was part of the fabric that set the tone for what the USL is today. Because as you may know, USL used to be outdoor as well. SISL, Southwest Indoor Soccer League. It was outdoor, and then USL indoor, or vice versa. And then they combined and became the USL. USL did 1 year outdoor, and then it just kind of went away, and they stuck with outdoor. And so our coach was a part of that. He was a part of the setting that tone for what New Mexico United is today and the league they play in today. So having a head coach like Steve has been a blessing for us, and he is such a huge piece of fabric to our community that really grows soccer. He's coached the youth, he's coached different youth clubs from all over the place, ODP. And so you name it, he's done it all. And so with what we got going on and what he's building and his squad that he's building, it's really, really special, and fostering the local talent, because we do have a lot of local talent. There's a lot of times where athletes may, in New Mexico specifically, where athletes may want to go to college or have the talent to go play at a higher level of soccer, but maybe mom and dad have issues at home, they can't pay the bills. So these athletes end up working and staying and working and whatnot. So we're like that opportunity for them to be able to participate and play at a higher level. So it's
awesome.
Having the community rally around it has been great.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome, because it shows that you guys are part of the community. The community is going to be behind you guys. So it's like that symbiotic relationship. So that's really great to hear, especially Steve. Your head coach sounds like he's doing amazing things. Have you guys considered doing like youth soccer for like indoor?
Yeah, so we definitely have considered that. One thing about our area is that we're very limited on indoor soccer space. There's just a couple of indoor soccer facilities that actually hold rec leagues and stuff like that. So we do have a resource issue with that. We definitely have plans to expand that concept and build out a new indoor soccer facility that can accommodate that concept. So between the two indoor facilities that do exist in our city, in our area, and then our arena that we play at, it's very limited when it comes to indoor soccer abilities. So it's part of the future, though. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's part of our plan to develop.
What is the future for United? Or sorry, it's United. The Runners. It's the yellow flag, man. It's that yellow flag.
No, so One thing, it's one step at a time for us. Organic growth is key for us. We're very big on organic growth. We're very big on, and we do that through the community. We do that through engagement with our community and just showing folks what our philosophy is. New Mexico has had a tough time keeping sports here locally. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have come and gone from, an NBA D-League team. You name it. I mean, we just, from hockey, basketball, multiple indoor football teams, you name it. Things have come and gone left and right. And so one thing that I want to make sure that we do is do it right and make sure that we are doing things properly to the point where people know we're not here to just bail out on you and sell off or anything like that. We're here for the long haul. We're here to stay. We're here to ensure that New Mexico will have pride behind their sports team and the arena soccer team. And I think that for us is where we're at right now. Obviously, a lot of things got put on the back burner for this year because of all the COVID situation. I mean, we had kids camps that we were planning out. We had developmental camps. We had all kinds of different things that we were planning to do, but because of the restrictions, unfortunately, we just weren't able to do that. So planning that, we're going to push all that back till 2021. So.
Yeah, a busy year ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, I think having a team in New Mexico would be perfect, like a perfect bridge to. You got the Texas, the West Coast, and the Mexico, kind of the triangle. You're like right in the middle, kind of helping bridge that travel. Because travel is always a killer in this sport.
Yeah.
And, not that you can have, not that it's a walk to Texas or anything like that, but it would still be easier to kind of bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, I know sometimes it's not just in arena soccer and the MASL. It's, if you look at indoor football leagues as well, it's the same situation. Travel is such a tough one for a lot of folks, for a lot of teams. And so being able to create markets that, like you said, bridge the gap, are definitely key. And so, in the M2, we're hoping we can develop and bring, we used to have El Paso, which was a great team for us because it's only 4 hours away. But the Cuervos bailed out, 2 years ago, or 1 year ago. But Arizona, if we can get Arizona or get Las Vegas back on and just all these other miscellaneous teams back on, I think definitely growing the M2 is going to be great. And so it's just one of those things where, just steady growth is key, and we'll see how things plan out and play out with all the COVID stuff. And as we taper off what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm always advocating to move you guys up. I'm probably pushing you guys faster than you guys want to move, but I'm always saying, like, you guys got to move New Mexico just because everything you guys do, from the social media to the streams to the highlights to
I appreciate
everything.
that.
It's just like, man, these guys run it a top-notch ship, and I don't know what your schedule or what you're looking to move up to M1, or if even that's in the plans, but I'm definitely always advocating it.
We have had a bunch of talks about how to deal with the schedule with teams coming and going, and every conversation he brings up, well, New Mexico come up and we
well, we have the arena, right? We have the arena for it. We have the production for it, and it's funny because you're not the only one that has said that about moving up to M1 and whatnot. And I would like to. That's our plan for the future for sure. Obviously, getting our bearings on, making sure that everything is done right. I'm all about making sure that the operation is done properly for everything, making sure key staff members are in place, key people that know what to do, and learning. They learn how to do things right. And so, Coach and I talk about that all the time, and we would love to be an M1 for sure. And that's definitely on the future plans for us. And so, it's just, again, we just want to ensure that we're good to go, for that. And, we can step up to the plate for that. So I just want to, make sure that we do that before we move up.
That's a great mentality. No, seriously, because we hate seeing like teams come and go. So like the fact that you guys are taking that step and the extra time to do it and do it right is speaks volumes. At least to me. I'm pretty sure to Adam and to Matt, but fans will appreciate it when it does happen and when you guys are running like a smooth ship, just cruising.
Well, because the worst thing would be to move up and then have the team just dissolve, because it's not gonna like you're gonna move up and then, oh, it didn't work, let's move back down. If you move up and it doesn't work, it's probably gonna kill the team. So we don't want to see that happen to anybody.
And we've dealt with that before. I was a co-founder and co-owner of the Duke City Gladiators, which is a professional indoor football team, and you could probably see their helmet right up there. But there's a lot of being a part of that league. You can kind of see how teams do that when they're trying to figure this out, and then they end up overspending, and then they fold, and it's just it's in reality this running a team is very budget smart. You got to be budget smart. You got to be smart about what you're doing, and you can't overspend, and it's very easy to spend a lot of money on a team. A lot of times you get, oh, well, it's just a hobby, you're just spending your money, and in reality, it's me personally, I run what we have as a business, and our purpose is to be sustainable and make sure our fans have a team to celebrate and be excited about. There's been times where, and multiple times, as you guys know, where teams come and go and fans are like, why are we investing in something that's just going to fold, right? Or fall apart? And I don't want that. I don't want that for our community. I don't want that for our team and the fans that we've already gained, and for the future fans. I don't want that. So, but like you were saying, I want to make sure things are done right as we move forward, season by season.
Yeah, it sounds like we have things lined up. Hey, Chris Funk has said hi, and he said,
Chris is the man.
We need a team in Arizona because there's free donuts. So I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you do.
Free donuts. I just pulled it up on here. So Chris is referring to the time I won free Dunkin' Donuts coffee for a year, and Chris actually made his way through Albuquerque, and so we went and got some coffee and at Dunkin' Donuts and all that good stuff, and that's when I first met him, and he's like, hey, I want to meet you, and I love what you guys are doing, and so give a shout out to Chris. Yeah, we got to get you some. Hey, when are you coming to Albuquerque there, Chris? That's what I need to know.
As soon as the lockdown's lifted, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. And let me ask you this, guys. Just to kind of, and I don't know if your guests kind of flipped the script, but what do you guys see for the future with MASL, M2, and everything else with the arena game? Like, what are you thinking, Adam? Like, what do you see future vision? Just kind of curiosity.
So COVID or non-COVID? It's kind of a trick question right now. An article just came out this last week in Milwaukee that they're not going to have the two major arenas, which is Fiserv Forum, which is where Milwaukee Bucks play, and UW Panther Arena, which is where the Wave play is, the Milwaukee Admirals play, and then the UW Milwaukee Panthers basketball plays, as well as other smaller things and concerts and graduations and things. They've announced no live events with fans through the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Now, I know the league is looking at early January anyway, or for their kind of starting time. But it's kind of hard to say, well, they said end of December, but they don't know what'll happen in January. So how do you give a league arena dates 3 months in advance when they're saying we're cutting everything out and we're going to just see what happens? But it's hard, and I think a lot of arenas are going to be like that. We've heard rumors.
Our arena is exactly like that, because when MASL is asking for dates, so they can get the schedule set out, I went to my arena. I said, hey, what's the plan? They're like, you can ask for dates all day long. We can't give them to you because we have no ability to lock down dates.
Right.
Corporate said, and there's a possibility where the arena may not even open till March of 2021. So that's concerning too, for us. So yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, and it's tough the way things are going. You mentioned the vaccine. There isn't one. People were saying originally it was going to be 12 to 18 months for a vaccine, and that was like February, March.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably accelerated a little bit because of how serious it's gotten, but we could have situations where a team gets arena dates, gets everything locked in, there's no problems, and then a month before there's a breakout. And like, how do you plan around that? How do you, we already saw what happens when a team, leaves the league in the middle of the season. We almost had it twice this last season in M1. You just can't. How do you deal with that? There's just no way to really handle that. So you got to kind of guess, and there's a lot of games. I know the baseball league that MASL owner is involved in. They've done like a little pockets of leagues. So the Milwaukee Milkmen just won the championship. Congrats to them. They played in 16 league, and then there was another 16 league here, and another. It's possible to do that with our sport, maybe, but there was still enough travel. There's a couple teams. There's Tacoma in Florida for sure that they can't drive anywhere. All of their away games are on flight.
Yeah, well, and you go and you got to quarantine, 14 days, and you can't run a league that way on a week-to-week league. You can't. It's virtually impossible.
Yeah. So I think in a non-COVID environment, I think the introduction of M3 was really good. I think that'll be. I see I don't want to say ladder system because I don't want to introduce the possibilities of like relegation and promotion and things. I think that's a horrible idea. And I know a lot of people think it's a good idea just because they want some of the worst teams to move down, but they don't care as much about the teams moving up. I think with our sport, that needs to be a financial decision first and a skill decision second. And now I'll make fun of certain teams that don't have good seasons and things like that. But I think just the kind of ladder of, move things through M3, grow the players for a couple of years, move them to N2 team, move them up to an M1 team. And even teams could do that. There could be a team that could come up through M3 and say, well, we're good enough. We're ready to take the next step. And instead of leaving an M3 team, the whole thing could just move up and kind of go through the thing there. Or if it's a good enough following, you leave the M3 team behind and staff that as an amateur team and move up to M2, and then you kind of do the three the run thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I
think that would help. I mean, obviously, localized talent is tough, but I think if you differentiate the M3 can have college players because it's not a paid league at all. So you could actually have college
strictly
players,
amateur. Yep.
Strictly amateur playing their college games in the off season of indoor and their indoor in the off season, vice versa.
Yeah.
That's my long-winded answer to what I think will happen.
No, I get it.
For this next season, I'm not even going to make any. There's been so many weird rumors and things that have happened. I'm going to bow out of that decision. I'm not even going to call it.
You're going to wait till you cross that bridge, right?
Yeah,
it's like wait till it comes out.
If I go to Vegas, it's no line, no bet.
Literally no line at the tables. I had a buddy go to Vegas. Was it last week? And he said there's nobody. It's dead in Vegas.
I can imagine.
What about you, Mr. Monterroso? What do you think? What are your thoughts on the future of arena soccer?
So obviously, we just gotta get through COVID or this season, this year, like really solidify our organization, our operation. Take the time to do it, because whether we have a season or not, or a shortened season or whatnot, that will come when it comes. But I think looking past that and really taking the time now that we have it to really strengthen our operations, to get it right, to get our relationships with the communities and the fans better now, and interact with them. Like you guys, I'm pretty sure owners are tired of hearing me say they show after show after show, interact, social media.
Dude, no, that's what you have to do. You got to keep going at it. You can't just stop. And it is hard right now. I'll be honest. It's been hard for us. And, because of our situation, our social media director, he's been off on his own thing, because he's kind of trying to figure out how to work on his stuff, because there's no content, right? So it's tough creating content. And I'm actually bringing on a new social media director to kind of help facilitate some more content on our end as well. You know, we're hoping to do a show as well, talking about arena soccer, indoor soccer as well, on a weekly basis, and you know, promoting our local, you know, the local scene, but just to create more content. And so, no, dude, hammer it away, dude, hammer it away. It can only make everybody better, man. That's really the truth.
Well, what I would hate to see is, you know, let's say worst case scenario, season's called off. We're going to start November of 21 with the next season. We're just going to have a gap year, as you call it. What I would hate to see happen is teams just sit idle and then like August 1st go, oh, hey, this indoor soccer thing, we should probably look at that again. And then, oh, September 1st, hey, oh yeah, arena dates, we should look into that. I think that would be really bad. I think the possibility of having a gap year might actually help the sport. It could definitely destroy the league really easily, but I think it might be lined up in a situation to make people come back, you know, teams come back stronger and have, you know, because there's a lot of little things you can do. And Mike Zimmerman's going to get pissed at me because we had it out today. But just like stay interactive, you know, keep interacting with the fans.
Yeah.
Like the season ticket holders that have paid for their tickets, just let me know you're out there. Like, let me know.
Yeah.
Like, if we don't have any plans and we have no idea what's going on, an email every month. Hey guys, just so you know, there's no real updates. We just want to make sure you're still out there. Join us at, you know, same owner owns a baseball team that just won the championship. So come on out to our baseball team or come out, you know, games or do this, or maybe we'll have a special, you know, wave merchandise giveaway or something, anything, just to keep the fans engaged and to try to keep that momentum going. It's funny because a lot of the times we'll hear, and every city has heard this. Oh, and the one I remember vividly is a couple of years ago, somebody was talking about a sports shop, like a athletic, you know, sports gear shop, 15 minutes away from the Tacoma Arena, that didn't know the Tacoma Stars were still a team. It's like, well, they're playing like 2 days from now, and how do you know? And you're an owner of a shop that sells soccer shirts. How do you not know there's a team there? And I think that's horrible because people have short-term memories. If they don't hear that something's going, or if they hear, oh, yeah, the league got canceled, I guess that means the Wave's out of business, and they don't hear anything for the Wave for a year. And I'm picking on the Wave just because, you know, I'm wearing all the gear and everything. But
I get it.
Any team, if you hear, oh, they're not going to play this season, and then you don't hear anything for 6 months, you just kind of, the normal person kind of just, oh, they must have gone under and they're not happening anymore. Indoor soccer is gone. That's probably the worst. We need to keep that up.
I think it's crucial. I think it's really crucial that you just build some kind of content, whether it's like, you know, fans engaging with players, or, you know, players talking about how they got into arena soccer, whatever it is, photos of last season, or diving into history like San Diego is doing, whatever it is, you know, just do it. Just do it. Even if it's not arena soccer. Let's say New Mexico runners are doing, you know, outreach day, and you just take a player with your logo, go to a community outreach program, do a day in the life of that community outreach program, and boom, you have a content right there. And has New Mexico runners. You could do like a quick little 30-second at the end talking about the team. Stuff like that. I mean, just get creative, guys. No, not attacking you, Andres, but
no, dude, I get it, man. No, trust me.
While we're on this topic, one thing that I kind of talked about maybe last Friday was I've seen teams do, hey, star player is going to take over the Twitter channel today.
The takeover, yeah.
I understand that there's a staffing issue with COVID. If there's no income coming and you can't pay your employees, furloughs, layoffs, those kind of things happen, but there's still ways to keep things going. There's volunteers. There's, you know, the players aren't so busy that they could say, hey, you know what, spend 5 minutes a day tweeting about whatever, or posting a Facebook video, or, you know, like I'll call Chad Vandergriff out, former Wave, now moving down to Florida. He posts pictures of him bass fishing all the time. Like,
nice.
Take the Facebook account, log in, put your jersey on for the team you're playing with, post a picture of your bass, and go, having fun, can't wait for the season, send, you're done for the day.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, it gets people engaged.
Folks just want to see what's going on. They just want to see what's going on with everybody. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, for example, today, Mike Mike Silva, the Baltimore Blast player, he had an interview with one of it's a young kid that just interviews professional players. He had an interview, a one-on-one on his Instagram. The Blast could have easily just announced that prior to the show going live. Could have easily, you don't have to get paid for it. It's just, it's free marketing for both people. Why not just work on it together and say, hey, look, we're going to have our guy Silva join the live show. Join in. Fans would have joined in.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't cost them anything. I mean, they don't have to charge the poor kid anything, but just small interactions, man. That's what it's about.
Everybody get up, everybody get up, everybody get down. Everybody get up, everybody get up, everybody get up, everybody get down. Everybody dance to the rhythm. We're gonna ride in the rhythm. Everybody dance to the rhythm tonight. Everybody get